What's the deal, ladies and gentlemen? I know I do apologize. I haven't. I ain't gonna apologize, but I mean, some of you guys, be asking me, for daily videos. Like I said, I got a lot of shit going on. Like I said, some in the personal life. What I say, what's my saying? Some things, something called life, gets in the way, so I can't produce a lot of videos or content. You know what I mean? Like I used to do, but hopefully this week in school about to start and stuff, I will get back into my groove again, putting up at least a video every day and about, at least about 4 hangouts during the week. Because I really enjoy doing the hangouts and interacting with you guys more than I do doing videos, believe it or not. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get right into it. Let me go to the actual, bring this up here, the article up here. So, like I said, we had some. How should I say this? Giant Bomb didn't leak it, but I guess I think it was the first person maybe to do an article on it. Maybe not, but it's getting a lot of traction over there on NeoGAF. Emily Rogers. Let me go to the actual article here. She's been known or is as a quote unquote not an industry insider, a Nintendo insider. At the end of the day, she's been her predictions already regarding the Nintendo NX and other Nintendo's rumors about the new hardware and consoles or games. She's been kind of dead on the money. Yeah. So anyway, let's get right into this right here. Now, I'm actually, because before I read the actual article, a lot of times I like to read the comments in the comment sections. And even you guys, I'm going to address some of your comments that you guys were saying here. Some of you guys were saying 720p is fine. The Xbox One is 720p. See, that's a problem. We're talking about a console that's coming out in 2017. Okay, not talking about hardware that came out in 2013. We're talking about a console that's coming out in 2017. But anyway, let's get on to. I'm gonna read the article here. And then I'm going to give you my opinion on it. I'm going to address, like I said, again, some of your comments there. It says that Nintendo X prototype uses a 6.2-inch screen, a multi-touch 720p resolution screen. I said that wrong. It uses a 6.2 multi-touch 720p resolution screen. Now, if you're, I guess, don't pay attention much to what's, going on with Nintendo. Heavily rumored that they will be having not so much a traditional home console. They have a handheld, a console that you can take with you out in the public and to bring it back home and hook it up to a docking station that connects to your TV. Even in that instance, I guess that's not something new. You can hook your cell phones up and your iPads up to your television to play the games, on the bigger display. That's not really, like I said, anything new. But heavily rumored, again, they are they're doing business with quote unquote NVIDIA. Now, we all know, if you don't know, NVIDIA has a Project Shield, a console called Project Shield. Well, whatever, that you can play some of your Steam games on the portable device and attached to the cloud and stream your games from Steam and all this stuff. But anyway, I want to talk about that too, because there are some other rumors that I didn't address. That I didn't bring up in the last video. But it says here, even as we wait for Nintendo to reveal some of the official details about their upcoming NX console, NX leaks, and insider reports continue to shed more light on what we may expect. What we have come to expect for the dynamic gaming platform at its rate. It said the news reports are from the serial Nintendo's insider and leakers Emily Rogers, again via NeoGAF. It says here that at the release in the prototype stage of the Nintendo NX, which again, this is like a prototype. It may change. It just may not even be the final design. Maybe 7 inches, maybe 5 inches. We don't know. But before a product comes to the market, there are several, prototypes. So again, these reports and her information was given to her by someone who had their hands on the prototypes. And again, this may not even be the final product. But I want to get down to the juicy part, of course, with as far as the resolution. Nintendo, which at this point is all but confirmed to be a handheld console hybrid. Now again, even Reggie, Theo, man, I know a lot of you Nintendo fans, or people like, well, I guess Nintendo extremists or whatever, want to damage controllers by saying that it doesn't have to be as powerful as the PS4 and the Xbox One because it is a handheld. Now, Nintendo themselves said that this is not, they're not, it's not a handheld. Even though, that's what they're saying. Reggie said that word for word out of his own mouth, you know what I mean? Well, I'm paraphrasing here, but basically they saying, it's not a handheld. It's a home console. That's going to be the marketing thing. It's a home console that you can take with you out in the wild. You know what I mean? You and I know, like, fuck it is. But here's the thing again, which I think may be the problem before I even discuss here about the whole resolution thing. Again, I'm just saying this, and you can have your own opinion, but this will be the third generation in a row that Nintendo has had the weakest hardware. Now you see what just happened for you with the Wii U. You know what I mean? And again, I know a lot of you guys like to bring up the PlayStation 2 argument, but it wasn't the most powerful, but it won that generation. You're right. It wasn't as powerful as the GameCube and as the Xbox. No, but it was a capable console. You didn't have games that were released, the whole genres of games that was released and couldn't run your hardware. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was only maybe 2 games that came out that the PlayStation 2 couldn't run. One of them was Rainbow Six, and I'm a little fuzzy on another one. But I know I remember reading the article that Ubisoft couldn't get Rainbow Six to work on the PlayStation 2. But anyway, that's a little video history for you, video game history for you. But like I said, you see what happened with the Wii U. You put out a quote unquote a next generation console that couldn't run any next generation engines. Of course, you had your same exclusives. You guys were still banking on these exclusives, which you still had those same exclusives for the GameCube. And the GameCube came in last. You still had Smash. You still had Mario Kart and all that shit. And the GameCube still came in last place. You know what I mean? And again, yes, Nintendo software, their games do sell. They have a higher charge rate, but again, they're not moving any hardware. You understand what I'm saying? If you understand what how should I say this? Super Mario Bros. Maker, right? Sold really well, but it didn't sell 5 million consoles. Like they were, you understand what I'm saying? It wasn't, even though that game came out and it got high reviews, people bought it up, like such as Splatoon. That didn't win a Nintendo any MPDs or whatever. It didn't make the Wii U sell $200,000. 200,000 consoles for the month. You understand what I'm saying? So again, you guys are risking, not you guys, but Nintendo's risking it again to put themselves into having the weaker hardware. Now, for those of you again that's saying that power and resolution is not a big deal and all this stuff, that's all we heard about from this generation, from us gamers in the community, and again, so if Nintendo sees this and sees what's going on, my question is to them, why would you go that route again? But anyway, let's get down here to what it says here. All but confirmed to be in handheld console hybrid, which is using a 6.2-inch multi-touch screen with a resolution of 720p for the handheld. It said this is something to be great, although the system is only capable of 720p output, even in console mode. Now, here's the thing. And again, this is not confirmed, but even the display on the handheld being 720p, you have cell phones. You understand what I'm saying? You have cell phones with a higher fucking, resolutions. You know what I mean? You got some 4K fucking cell phones out there and shit. I believe the Samsung, the Notes, the Galaxy 7 is 4K, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not saying that maybe sway some people's handheld or whatever you want to market it as, but Nintendo, they act like they're some indie company, and they're struggling to get by. All the I don't care whether you Nintendo fans choose to admit it or not. All your core audience and everything was gamers. Period. I'm not even gonna say Nintendo Sony or Microsoft. Gamers, we just want a traditional console with a traditional controller. You know what I mean? Well, if Nintendo does the same thing as everybody else, then there's no. That's again, when you motherfuckers say shit like that, that's that fanboy weirdo shit. Okay, don't get me wrong, we're all biased to a fucking degree. There's nothing wrong with having your favorites, okay? But you know, Nintendo being that gimmicky glitch shit is not working for them. Nobody wants that shit. You guys accept it because just all you guys are fucking Nintendo fans or extremists. And even some of you motherfuckers are like, you know, fine. Why do we always got to be the fucking the butt of everyone's joke? Why can't we just have a fucking traditional console? This console was coming out in 2017. You understand? Here's my issue. Again, the console was coming out in 2017. Yet the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 released in 2013. Again, whatever this Nintendo NX should be able to vastly outperform fucking consoles that came out in 2013. And that thing, listen, whether you choose to admit it or not, we all know that's not the case. If anything, the NX should be on par with the Neo and the fucking Scorpio. That's it. Now, a lot of you motherfuckers don't like to call Nintendo out. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. You know, I don't speak to the Nintendo weirdo ass motherfuckers in this community anyway. Shout out to Obi-Wan though. He was a cool cat, you know what I mean? And again, like you know, I'm lying. Some of them, even amongst themselves, are starting to call Nintendo out for this bullshit. Again, we know more about the fucking the PlayStation 4 Neo than we do the NX. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy as hell. And this is all that fucking Nintendo's fault, man. Like, bro, you got gamers right now. Check this shit out. What I mean by that. You got people right now deciding whether to get the Xbox One S. All right, I can only get two of the three. You know what I mean? But you're not even giving those gamers an option. You know, I'm gonna hold up by the Nintendo NX in March. I'm quite sure what I mean by that. You done read several upon hundreds and hundreds of consoles of people saying, "Nah, I'm gonna skip the Neo. Nah, I'm gonna skip the PS4 Slim, and now I'm gonna skip the Xbox. I'm gonna get the Scorpio next year, or whatever the fuck." You've heard that from people on both sides, whether you're an Xbox guy or a PlayStation guy. Because why? Microsoft came out and released some information about the goddamn console, what they at least can do. Like, come on, man. Like, but again, by them doing this right here, by being so secretive about this console and not being able to get the public's reaction of what they think before the console comes out, and just in case they can change some things internally with this system, what Nintendo does is, there it is what we got. Nothing else. Either you like it or you love it. That's it. And again, and by Nintendo again being so fucking arrogant, and that's what fucking it always fucking bites them in the ass. But let me get back here down to what it says here about the 720p. A 6-inch multi-touch screen with a resolution of 720p for the handheld. Although the system is only capable of 720p output, even in console mode, there are some of us who are unhappy with this, especially in the light of the launches of the far more powerful Xbox One Scorpio and PlayStation 4 Neo. So, of course, the possibility that the NX docks, which is used to output the image to the TV, may supplement in some power from the handheld unit and allow to output the image in 1080p. But let's think about it. You know what? That's what I want to talk about, this docking station. She's also talked about this docking station by having two USB ports, hook up to the TV. I want to say this, which is, again, one of Nintendo's issues with this generation with the Wii U was the online features and, voice chat, game advice. Are they going to have a trophy or achievements? Nintendo need to be talking about all that shit right now. You know what I mean? And I'm just being real. Even if this thing is a fucking Jesus, this docking station, right? To say this docking station. Even, again, I want to say resolution does not determine if a game has better graphics, okay? Even if you would hook this handheld, whatever the fuck it is, into this docking station, it's not going to make the graphics better. Can games be coded that way? to take it home and then, you plug it in and give it to them. Like, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not claiming to be an engineer, or maybe that can happen. I don't know anything about that. Maybe you can take it home, plug it into something, and give it more processing power. That put more enemies on the screen, better tessellation and shit like that. Higher character, probably kind of money. I mean, is that even feasible? You know what I mean? Now, making it display in 1080p or whatever the fuck the case may be, cool. But even to say 1080p, right now we're all talking about fucking 4K. Do you think this console that's coming out in 2014 is going to support 4K at all? Let's leave it at that. Whether it's fucking upscale with the Neo or the Xbox One S or whatever, do you think this console, again, when I'm saying Nintendo's still behind the fucking curve, everybody's talking about fucking 4K. You understand what I'm saying? You just going about what we know right now. Do you think the NX will be capable of handling anything in fucking 4K? Again, they still behind the fucking curve, man. Nintendo, listen, they're the grandfather of gaming, right? This is what they do. This is what they pay their bills with. Don't get me wrong, they do own a part of the Marlins or whatever the fuck. I don't really still own them, but at one point they did. But basically, we know Nintendo for fucking making games. Well, Sony, they do have the PlayStation department, but they got their hands in a bunch of other shit. Movies, music, this, that, and the other. Racist emails. Like, no, bullshit, not. But Nintendo, Microsoft, Windows, this is tablets. You know what I mean? Neither one of these, whether it's PlayStation or Microsoft, has the I should say, the advantage of only making games. But just like I said, if you have one company, all they did is games, you have other they did other shit. I would think that the company that was only, was a primary gaming company, that they will be fucking leading the way in it, they would far as, pushing the bar, and that's not the issue, man. That's not the situation. It's crazy as hell. The reason why Nintendo is in the position that they are now as far as market share and stuff, or even the presence on the internet, you know what I mean, is because even Iwata has said this himself, Nintendo does a horrible job at competing. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not saying you have to do everything that your competition is doing. I mean, so you can't do some things to have some things unique to your platform and your company to make you stand out from the other two. But don't go fucking everybody over here eating fucking caviar and steak and shit, and you sit down to a table with a fucking can of cat food. Like, come on, man. And that's what listen, I'm being honest here. That's what it fucking seems like. Nintendo should be leading the industry when it comes to fucking gaming. And so, like I said, Nintendo, so a lot of you motherfuckers swear I hate Nintendo. No, I don't hate any goddamn thing. They're gaming. But Nintendo is what got me into fucking gaming. I am 38 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Nintendo's was what got me into gaming, right? I want to say this. Like I said, what I say is that I've grown up. But I've grown up. I've grown up on Nintendo. But I've outgrown Nintendo. But Nintendo hasn't grown up with me. I can't relate to any of their characters and that art style, and that's just not me. That card, I don't. It's cool, but just like, come on, man. When I mean that characters that haven't even evolved, that characters don't even really fucking talk. I think maybe this Legend of Zelda is coming out in 2017. I think is don't quote me, but I think this one is going to have some dialogue. But god damn, the industry is going this way. They're moving, and you still fucking stuck behind, still trying to find that gimmick. Like, come on, man. They're looking at fucking the Wii was the worst thing that ever happened to Nintendo. Know what happened with that? When that was a success, it's the gift and the curse. It's like a motherfucker that as a singer, Vanilla Ice, right? Ice, baby. You know what I mean? Hit so huge, it's so big that he can whatever he comes up with again, it can never reach that milestone again. But you know what? He got in his head, you know what? Ice Baby sold 10 million copies. I got to make another Ice Baby instead of evolving your brand and changing with times. And that's what fucking Nintendo is, man. Yes, the Nintendo Wii was bought by over 100 million people. But the problem is, it wasn't bought by 100 million gamers. I won't even say fucking casuals. because my grandmother has not one but two Wii's. One that she never took out the box in the goddamn house, and one when they had bingo in the church, the seniors would fucking play bowling, you know, to make them a little active and shit. But, you know what I mean? That's it. Like, and you know what I mean? Like, you know, well Nintendo, no, that fuck they didn't. Like, come on, that's crazy as hell, man. And those of you, you know, you're gonna try to damage controllers, and no, it's the fact. The Wii wasn't bought by a fucking 100 million gamers, not even casuals. You know? And again, like I said, Nintendo, I'm sorry, I'm eating a Twizzler. They can't afford another fucking dud, man. They can't. Like, I don't understand why. I know what it is. They need new blood down that motherfucker. They need a younger audience, a younger crowd, you know what I mean, or something to come in and shake things up and take that company in another direction. Because, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put it like this in layman's terms, and this is gonna be I have 1,000 different points within this argument, but the problem is that with Nintendo, that even if you have an Xbox One or whatever, even if you don't have the money to buy the PlayStation 4, your gaming needs will be met with on that Xbox One, and vice versa. If you didn't have the money to buy both consoles, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, if you only can have the PlayStation 4 and only can afford that, you'll be fine. If you only had the money to buy Wii U, or you would, you know what? Again, you wouldn't be fucking fine. What was the last goddamn game to release on that console? They don't have another goddamn game coming out until 2017. It is now fucking August. And if you listen, if you guys understand now, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. They just went so fucking far left that it's like, come on, you motherfucker, just take, you know what I mean? No. They need to get their fucking teeth kicked in again. You know, like, goddamn, this a fucking, they trying to get, know what they trying to do? No, we have a popular handheld department, you know, device. Let's try to bring that in with the console thing, and maybe this should have worked. Oh, no, listen, I'm not, you can still do their fucking handheld shit. You know, everyone was not into handhelds. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. I'm not saying there's not a market for it, but even that market in itself is getting smaller and smaller. Why am I going to pay $30 and $40 for a game? I can just whip my cell phone or my tablet out right quick and get a 99-cent fix. So a lot of that shit be free to play any goddamn way. You know? How many goddamn advice you guys got to Candy Crush on Facebook? You understand what I'm saying? So again, even that market in itself is getting smaller and smaller. All Nintendo had to do was make a traditional powerful console. Still do what you do. You want to, you know what I mean? You know, still offer your little kitty shit that you do with the Pokemons and shit. They're successful. But step outside of the box. Do something else besides that. You know, you got Bayonetta 2, that was cool, but you know, I couldn't justify buying like one because I got rid of that Wii U. I couldn't. But a Bayonetta 2 I wouldn't, but I couldn't justify me holding a goddamn console just to play one goddamn game. No, I don't give a fuck how much money I got. No. Like, that's bullshit. Like, this shit here is gonna be another fucking gimmick, man. Like, I'm telling you. And you know what's the crazy part? I'm not even saying that this shit may flop. It may fucking take off and sell a fucking billion fucking handhelds or whatever the fuck is gonna, whatever you want to call it. But you know what I mean? Again, they're gonna have the same problem that they're not gonna be able to get the same AAA multi-plat games, and that is a fucking problem, man. You know, they're not gonna be able to get the same AAA fucking multi-plats, man. You know, I don't know, man. We're talking about a handheld, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You think this Nintendo NX will be powerful enough to run Witcher 3? Listen, I'm gonna say this. Now, if it's powerful enough to run games like Witcher 3, you know, and you can take it home and plug it up to your TV. You know what? You know, as far as me, I'm not saying I still will buy one because again, I need to have online. I need to talk to my friends. I don't want to feel fucking restricted when I come to your console. But also, I want to bring another key point when I says that Nintendo doesn't really have a presence anymore. You know, of course, amongst the gamers, because they don't have a presence on the internet on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you don't have Nintendo uh, YouTube channels. I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? But the bigger echelons of these video game people, whether it's Boogies, the Angry Joes, or I'm talking about the huge people. I'm not talking about motherfuckers such as myself, but a lot of people such as myself with channels like mine, a little different, they don't fuck with Nintendo either. Because one of the reasons is, again, because Nintendo doesn't allow their games to be fucking on the internet, you know what I mean? And again, and I now see this as a business, and I'm not making no way a fraction of what those guys are making. And you want to take a piece of that, and this is my fucking job, fuck you. You don't see Nintendo games being live streamed on Twitch and this, that, and like, come on. And Twitching and all this shit is fucking popular right now with these consoles, live streaming and shit. You think the Nintendo NX is gonna be able to use, Twitch or whatever the fuck? You think you're gonna have a Twitch app on the Nintendo NX? Like, come on, man. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, listen, I'm not saying Nintendo, you don't have to fucking every generation try to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to do that. No one's asking you to. And another problem with motherfucking Nintendo, what, like Mooch and other people bring up. Well, like Nick Zion, let's be real. How many people are really going to stop playing Call of Duty or Battlefield on their PS4, the Xbox One, to invest in Nintendo's ecosystem? And my answer to them was this. And a lot of motherfuckers said you're absolutely right. The problem with that is when people are not heavily invested into Nintendo's ecosystem. Because every goddamn console they come out with, they change the controller. Okay? I understand, look what Sony did. From the PlayStation 1 until what we have now, from the DualShock 1, I don't know what it was called, the first one was called the DualShock. Whatever it wasn't. From the PlayStation first controller until now. You get slightly improving, but it's the same format. You understand what I'm saying? Look at fucking Nintendo. Okay, you went from the NES to the Super NES. Good move. You know what I mean? Change the feature. That was a good view. Then you went from the fucking the Super NES to the GameCube. That was a horrible controller. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry. You went from the NES to the Nintendo 64. Look at that fucking atrocity. The Nintendo 64, right? Then you went from the Nintendo 64 to the GameCube. Look at that shit there. And then from the GameCube, you went to the Wii. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, goddamn. And then you went to the fucking tablet. And, like, it's crazy. And for the NX, they gonna have some other shit. Like with Nintendo, like I said, I think Nintendo, their best controller they have is the Wii U Pro controller, and that should be standards for all their consoles going forward in the future. You know what I mean? Make people fucking, don't feel like they have to learn the control all over again. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is an issue. You know what I mean? Especially like as far as the casuals or whatever, had to learn the fucking buttons. And now leave that shit to change. You can make slightly improvement as time go on, but every goddamn console you got some dumbass fucking controller. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We can argue all day who got the best. Not really, but most people consider, whether you have, the Xbox has a better controller, but maybe because of the triggers and the analog sticks. But you may feel different. You know what I mean? Whatever. But you're used to that DualShock controller. You know what I mean? You've been playing with that same design for the last few years. It feels right in your hand. It feels good to you. The same as Xbox fan. Now the Xbox first controller, that fucking Duke Nukem, that shit was huge and it was horrible. You know what I mean? Then they made it a little smaller, the Xbox S controller. There was the white and the black button. That was wrong with that controller, was the white and black button. Then you had the 360 controller, which I thought was the best controller ever created. The Microsoft, you don't have to change it. I remember I did a few videos about this. There was rumored that Microsoft would have a touchscreen controller. Like, nah, keep what you got. And then we had of course, we got the Xbox One controller. And to me now, that feels like the greatest fucking thing ever fucking created. You know what I mean? But it goes on. But as far as Nintendo, every goddamn console comes out is a new fucking controller. Like, man. And again, I don't want you guys to go back and say, you know what? And look at you said the NX was going to fail. No, maybe it may hit off and take off with the masses. But I want you guys to be honest with this, okay? If this thing is a commercial, if it's a commercial hit, then it's adopted by the casual, because there's far more casuals than they are hardcore. We are the hardcore. We buy shit day one, and the casuals get the shit when they come and drop down in price. But for those of you, again, thinking that, these rumors about the specs are, we don't know yet, cool, Do you think the Nintendo X is going to cost $450 to $500? Hell no. Hell to the fucking no. You know it, and I fucking know it. All right. So can it really be powerful then? I'm just saying. So again, for the third generation in a row, you got some shitty hardware. Now, as you know, as technology moves forward and stuff, and the developers, they have these ideas and they forever pushing the envelope. It's going to be another generation again. You know what I mean? Of Nintendo not getting these big AAA, the divisions and shit like that. They're not gonna get them again. Like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. And then also too, a lot of third parties and stuff developers, they feel burnt by Nintendo. So what the big misconception was so much the fanboy shit. Like the Nintendo went the motherfuckers to say, well, third party they hate Nintendo. Just no. Whether they get along with them personally or whatever the fuck, they need each other. One hand washes the fucking face. When the Wii U launched, now listen, when the Wii U fucking launched, it had a lot of fucking multiplats. Oh, the Mass Effect, even though those games were out, they were new to the Nintendo console. And what the biggest issue was, is you Nintendo fans, you Wii U owners, you didn't fucking buy those fucking games. You didn't buy them. Well, why would we buy them? That's what you said. Why would you buy them? They were already on the 360. Motherfucker, all you had was a Wii this whole generation. That's what I used to be telling these motherfuckers. No, it's just morally, you know what I mean? Point being, why would we buy it? Because it was already out and they're still asking $60 for us, but it's $20 on the P3 and yeah, because those gamers, we have had those games for 3 or 4 years. You have never played the goddamn game. It's new to you. Never. You motherfuckers bought like 12,000 copies of Madden. I think NBA 2K, what was it, 2K12 at the time, sold like something like 13,000 copies. You know what I mean? And look, the Wii U came out in fucking, I believe it was the first part of November or something like that. It was in November. I think a week before Thanksgiving. It was like a week or 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. You should, NBA 2K don't come out to motherfucking August 2nd or some shit like that. I'm sorry, October 2nd or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Between September 30th to October 2nd. So that's a new title. That's sold like shit. That's why you guys didn't get NBA 2K13. The attach rate for multiplayer when the Wii U was so low, prime example, the Vita version of Call of Duty outsold the Wii U version. Motherfucking Need for Speed sold 19,000 copies for the month. Oh, well, Need for Speed was already out? Okay, fine. All right. But they gave you guys the PC textures. All right, cool. What about motherfucking Injustice? That came out day and date with the other fucking copies. So with other systems. That shit sold 20,000 copies for the month. 20 fucking thousand copies. Well, it was lacking features that was in the other. Okay, you know why? Do you fucking know why? Now again, since I've been fucking doing YouTube, I've met a few people. Again, people say, you know what? The developers just always want to give Nintendo the short end of the stick. No, that wasn't the case. Nintendo wanted the developers to do all the fucking groundwork on the fucking network. Okay, the code and every goddamn thing. Build, the fucking lobbies. I'm trying to use it in layman terms. Put like this. When fucking just say I'm talking about Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, right? It was, they was mad as hell at Ed Boon and all this stuff because they didn't have lobbies and didn't have this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? He was like, they was basically, I don't know if it was him, but Nintendo didn't fucking give them the fucking shit, the basic tools to, add this shit. They wanted them to go in and do all the fucking groundwork. Call of Duty had it and this, that, and the other. I don't know if Nintendo paid them or whatever to get that shit there, but basically what I'm saying is that, and I heard this from a developer, that the Nintendo wanted the fucking developers to do every goddamn thing. Now, if you take a game, let's say a name of this company is Hot Pocket Cars, right? They made a game called 25 Racer, and they're going to release it on the Xbox and the 3. They got the code and shit in place and everything. They give it to Microsoft, boom, attach the shit to the fucking, to their shit, and it runs. You know what I mean? Yes, it is. Now, here it is. With the same company, they got, they packaged the code to give Nintendo, and boom, it's an empty fucking room there. There's nothing there. And I'm not saying that the Nintendo network wasn't capable of voice chat and all that, having lobbies, because it was. But they didn't have the groundwork, the basic shit in play for them to add it to, Nintendo wanted the developers or third party to do every fucking thing. You know what I mean? Out of their fucking pockets. So that's why a lot of some of the online titles and shit was again. And then also too, Nintendo didn't want motherfuckers communicating really with each other because of the fucking kid thing. Now again, I'm not, you have fucking sexual predators out there on every fucking platform. Every from PlayStation, from PSN to Xbox Live, they all have their fucking horror stories. But what happened? I'm saying, what happened? I think the year was it 2011? Not 2011, early 2012 or late 2010. That thing with the 3DS. Remember we were talking about? I did the video that the 3DS had more fucking online capabilities than the fucking Wii. And one of those fucking weirdos perverts got out that was talking. I don't know the name of the game. I think they made some type of chat system or something on the 3DS where people could communicate and all that shit. So a motherfucking sexual predator got involved with a kid. I don't know if the kid took the plane from Florida to California or from California to Florida. Whatever the fuck that happened. Little boy got on a plane, flew to meet the sexual predator. All that shit was done, via the 3DS. I don't know, it was the DSi or whatever the fuck the case may be, but one of those 3DSs, right? And Nintendo with that, what they did was they suspended the whole online service and all that shit on the 3DS and all that shit, and that was it. So, and going forward, one no more their voice communicating shit and all that, but it was no more. Nintendo called that shit, but they panicked. Again, you have grown ass men, responsible adults. They fucking play your consoles. Now I can't talk to my friends. You know what I mean? Again, Nintendo, stop trying to be the parent in everyone's fucking home. You know what I mean? Let me worry about what my kid does. You understand? It's not your responsibility. It's not. All you have to do is enable features for the parent, the guardian, to turn, those things off. Whether the voice communication or whatever. To forgive them an option. They can't be online for so long or whatever. Leave it up to the fucking parent. Just put something in play like Microsoft or Sony has. That's all that you have to do. You know what I mean? But come on, they just fucking panicked and took this shit from everybody. And I remember it was a couple. I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but but it's not even important. They were fucking pissed off at Nintendo. Like, what the fuck? So a problem is Nintendo thinks that they're that they don't have adults or whatever fuck they play their game. They always target on this fucking demographic, and they'll never really fucking think outside the box. Now I think it's kind of weird. There's a lot of these guys, like those type of games, but I ain't judging nobody. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You play what you like. Some motherfuckers like anime. I don't like the art style. It's not for me. But some motherfuckers like that shit, which is cool. You know what I mean? But again, it's not children that makes this industry go forward. It's adults. Why? I say this again. Kids get games on Christmas, for their birthdays, and when they say what to be allowance. Us adults that go out there and buy shit every fucking week because we have the income to do so. Not children, okay? So Nintendo, whether you would choose to admit it, your biggest, you get your most money from fucking adults. You know what I mean? And it'd be okay like if you start targeting your biggest audience, your breadwinner. You know what I mean? At the end of the fucking day, man. But again, I'm not saying that again, it's like all the stuff is rumored or whatever the case may be. But if this thing can only do 720p, well, next gen you said resolution is not. Again, hear me out, okay? I think again, if this thing here can only do 720p, while even attached to the the docking station, it's a fucking fail. Again, and the reason why I say that again, because some of you motherfuckers is gonna call me a hypocrite. There's nothing wrong with 720p. You're the same motherfuckers that are in Digital Foundry counting fucking P's and K's and all this shit. So fucking keep it real. Let's fucking keep it real. Especially when you got cell phones and shit. They're doing just output that 1080p and fucking 4K. Like, come on. Come on, stop it. If this is the route Nintendo's gonna do with this whole handheld, whatever you want to call it, it should be the most powerful device on the market. It shouldn't be none behind this, too much of old fucking hardware. Especially with the fucking the PS3 and the PS4. There should be no question that the Nintendo NX is more powerful than those. It shouldn't even be a question. And okay, that's all that I'm saying. And if it's not, or even if it's on par with the PS4 and the Xbox One, it's a fucking fail. Those consoles came out in 2013. This shit ain't coming out to 2017. Okay? And so when you buy this shit, you accept this shit, fucking, you give Nintendo the fucking okay sound, just all right, we want it, we buy it. No. It's the same thing like with Splatoon, right? No fucking voice chat. A lot of you motherfuckers were vocal about it. What did you do? You didn't put your foot down. You went out and bought that shit anyway. If you want Nintendo to change, you fucking fussing about it's not going to change the goddamn thing. You voice your opinion, to be heard with your fucking dollar. Put your money where your mouth is. If you tired of the bullshit, the gimmicks and shit, stop spending your money. Okay? Then maybe they will finally see, you know what? Fine, fuck it. We got to get with the program. It's not okay to be different and to give your company some identity, its own identity. It's fine. But every generation, you don't have to fucking reinvent the wheel, is what I'm saying. No one was asking for this fucking hybrid shit. That was like, damn, I've never read one comment since I've been doing YouTube. You know what would be dope? To take a console, some hybrid. No, stop it. So don't say like this is the greatest thing fucking ever you ever heard. Stop that shit. Nobody was asking for this shit. Just be honest. You motherfucker. Listen, for the last 2.5 years, we like, damn, until the next console, they're going to kill it. They're going to kill it. They got to bring the power. They got to bring the power, right? That's what you guys have been saying. All you motherfuckers. Listen, even my boy Obi-Wan Kenobi. What is going on? Like, even all you fucking guys were saying this. You know what I mean? Even fucking corporate, I'm not calling him no corporate slave. Even fucking that Wii U ass widow Dr. Trey. It was like, damn, Nintendo didn't actually it shouldn't be on par with the PS4 and instead the other. You know what I mean? It should be at least, just the Neo or whatever, or, at least the Neo. And they didn't got to be at least the fucking Neo. You know what I mean? Again, this is their 9th generation offering. Whatever, you know what I mean? And it's not going to be as powerful as the Neo and the Scorpion. Again, that's a fucking problem. Now, if you don't think it is, if you think I'm over exaggerating, come on, read the fucking comments. You guys have been, especially motherfuckers here, been here that do this shit in the videos. Like, come on, you guys were asking for where's the power in Nintendo? We want the third-party game. You know what I mean? Like, again, we went online. We want voice. We want an achievement trophy. Like, come on, man. Like, this goddamn console comes out in a few months. I think March. At least 6 months from now. Whatever fucking time it is from here to March. You know what I mean? Here, and we still don't know shit about this console. We knew way more about the fucking Neo and Scorpio than we do about this shit, and it's a fucking problem. You know what I mean? You motherfuckers, even you guys that do put up the Nintendo gameplay and stuff on your channels and go by the strict ass rules by Nintendo, and you say that you don't like it. But if you don't like it, and just stop fucking doing it. You know what I mean? That's another reason why Nintendo was in the position that they're in. They don't allow live streaming, Twitching their games and all that dumb shit. They don't allow motherfuckers to use their games as gameplay. You know what I mean? So how am I going to promote your game and talk about your game as a fan and on my channel when you don't allow me to show the fucking footage? And if you do, you're going to fucking take my fucking, come on, man. Now, again, some of you motherfuckers, well, see, he's doing it for the money. Now, this is some people's job. You know what I mean? This is their bit. Like, come on, man. Some people use this shit to take care of their families. And I mean, they can't fucking give an honest review of a product. You know what I mean? Like, shit. Like, man, I don't know, man. Maybe, like I said, maybe I get them over exaggerating, But again, even if the handheld part is 720p, even that should be fucking high because you got cell phones that are out right now that can, has a higher resolution than this right here. That's what I'm saying. Like, Nintendo, like, goddamn, you're not some indie fucking developer. Get with the fucking times. If you can even go this route with this weird shit, this hybrid, what you're doing, at least put the best specs as possible in the goddamn thing. To make it worth a motherfucker. Wow, that's all that I'm saying, man. At the end of the day, man. But this actually, I'm looking because I get ready for BGST. I just wanted to talk about this. I see they chatting away behind my back. That's what they talking about in here. Oh, they're talking about the topics of BG. We should have a very interesting BGST. Oh, give me a name. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna talk to you guys in the comment section before I get the hell up out of here. This is gonna start in a few minutes. My man, Mr. Appleware, put the NX is just a drug you inject. Nintendo was all dark now. Oh, I got a nasty comment here from Fat Caesar. Zay, you suck Xbox dick too much, bro. I respect your work ethic and your brand because you are someone in the gaming community, but you be bugging out. And please, okay, again, now let's want to see this. We can all agree to be disagree. Okay, I mean, we all agree to disagree. Okay, and I don't mind. But listen, we can listen. I don't mind talking to you and having a conversation with you. We're gonna be respectful here. Okay, and like I said, I'm willing. Like I again. I make myself when I say accessible to you guys. So even on Twitter, I talk to you guys. So if you're gonna talk, let's talk with some thing. I respect you as a man, respect me as such. So how am I bucking? How am I sucking these ones' dick? Like I don't get that. This is not even an Xbox or a PlayStation video. I call again. It's a big misconception. Even though I'm a gamer, I am a consumer first, and I've always, the things that Microsoft done things that I don't like. I've been vocal about a lot of things, so I don't have a problem calling Microsoft out when they're wrong for some shit. I don't. I don't. Didn't Microsoft drop the ball when they fucking again sacrificed the specs of their goddamn console to include a peripheral? I haven't called them out about that shit. Yes, I have. Many times. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Now, here's something different. Something you may say wrong is wrong with Microsoft, and I may not see it the same way. So you can't expect me to have the same opinion as you. That's all. But I'm just talking as from a gamer perspective in general. You know what I mean? That's all. This is some bullshit. It's a gimmick. Us gamers, the hardcore, when none of us asking for this shit here. Again, but no one asking for this shit here. He said the Xbox Scorpio has no power, has so much power, but no games. Like now again, like now that's conjectural here. You mean you don't have any games? What are you talking about? Doesn't have any third-party support? Microsoft's not making any games for what the fuck are you talking about, man? If that's the case, going by that same, you're saying what the PlayStation 4 Neo don't have any games because the PS4 Neo is sharing their lobby with the PlayStation 4. If that's what you're trying to say, I don't know. Be more clear. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to the question in hand before I come back to that dude there. How do you guys feel about the Nintendo NX? You know what I mean? Are you all about it? If you're, I want some of the Nintendo guys in here. I want to hear from you guys. You know what I mean? Okay, Mr. Appleway got a good comment here. So Nintendo thinks content is all that matters, but you can't get content if you don't build what the content providers want to build for. Good point. Oh, yeah, guys talking about people, mothers in here and all this shit. I'm going. Oh, some. Oh, see, again, I don't see it. Listen, again, like I'm a man, Fat Caesar. I don't. And I'm not. First of all, thank you for swinging by the show, and but I don't understand. Again, this show here, this thing here, was about Nintendo and the rumored specs of the technology that's going in his handheld. It's not about what Sony sold in their 40 fucking plus million. Like, come on, bro. What does that benefit you? We talking about? That has nothing to do with that. Like this one, like you off on a tangent some goddamn way. It's all right. This motherfucker got PTSD. You've been fighting this console war so long. Put your guns and your shields down. It's a day for peace. We're talking about something totally different, my man. Totally different. That motherfucker got PTSD. You've been fighting this war too long. NX has good games coming, though. Zelda is going to be better than anything the Xbox Scorpio have. Now, again, that is something. Listen, here's another thing again, bro. We can go back and forth, right, about who has the better exclusives. Okay, and if you want, we can go back and forth. Maybe you may not like God of War. Maybe you may not like Forza Horizon. Maybe you may not like fucking Scalebound. Maybe you may not like Killer Instinct. Maybe you may not like Halo. Maybe you may like Rise. I can go on and on, but that's your opinion. Maybe I don't like Zelda. Maybe I don't like Metroid. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't like Kid Icarus. Maybe I damn sure don't like Smash Brothers. I damn sure don't like Mario Kart. Okay, but again, that's my opinion. But there's one thing that we cannot argue against, Fat Caesar, are multiplex. You understand what I'm saying? You can't argue against that. And Nintendo has no third-party support. So again, that's something that you can't fucking argue against. Okay? And for you motherfucker, don't please say, well, it's all about the exclusive. fucking multi-plat rules. Okay? There's not one fucking exclusive that outsells a multi-plat, okay? Let's be fucking clear this. I'm talking about some AAA shit. I ain't talking about fucking Soldier Part 2 or some shit. Just releasing anything for $12. Like, I'm just being real here. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man. But I gotta get out. Get ready for BGST, man. Thank you guys for rocking out. We're live, and that's food for thought there, Mr. Fat Caesar. And again, thank you for swinging by the show. You guys stay tuned. We got an interesting show for you guys from BGST. You want to double dip, take the shit back to the beginning and come out. We're gonna have a blast and a ball today.